guys, welcome to another session of the recursion module. Here we are talking about the palindrome check using recursion. What's a palindrome? String or a number? Suppose there is a number 11111. So while you reverse the number, also you get the number 111111. So if the reverse of a string or if the reverse of a number and the original number and original string are same, then that's called a palindrome. So what's your task? Your task is you have been given with a string. You have to write a recursive function that checks if the given string is a palindrome or not. Example, suppose there is an input given as Malayalam. When you reverse Malayalam, you get Malayalam only. As the original string and the reverse string are same, hence it's a palindrome string. Suppose there is an input max, but the output here is no. Why? Because the reverse of max is epsilon, that is zam, and max and zam are not same. That's why it's not a palindrome string. The idea of the recursive function is very simple. If there is one character in the string, you have to return true because the reverse of a is a only. Or else you need to compare the first and last characters and you have to recur for the remaining substring. Suppose first you have to check for the first and last character. If they are same, go to the second and the second last character. If they are same, go to the third and the third last character, and so on. If sometimes or in some cases, if those do not match, then simply you need to come out of the recursion. That's it. So let's look at the coding section. Here your time complexity is gonna be big of n and auxiliary space is gonna be big of n as well. So what you guys have to do right now is you need to stop here for a minute, pause this video for a minute and go back to your text editors, write down the code and come back again and check. This is the way you're gonna learn. So now let's move to our coding section and let's write it down. Let's create a function is palindrome. Let's put a string and parameter starting and ending, that is S and E. If S is double equal to E, that means if there is only one character, you can return. Okay. Then let's write the conditional statements. If string S is not equal to string E, you have to return false. What does this mean? Like there is a string, the sth index of the string, if it's not equal, that means the starting index of the string, if it is not equal to the ending index of the string, that means suppose the string is suppose A. So the 0th index of the string is A and the last index of the string is also A. So you need to compare A with A. So if it matches, then well and good. If it doesn't, you have to remove or write false. Next, if S is less than E, return what? Let's call it again. Let's pass the parameter now. String S plus 1 because you are moving from the starting index by one character, and E minus 1 because you are moving back from the start and end index to one character back. Then let's return true. Okay. Done. Now let's write the palindrome function. Step is palindrome. Let's write a string. Okay. Now n is equal to the length of the string. We got the length now. If the string is null, return true. Or else what you need to return? Return is palrec. Okay. String 0, n minus 1. Now let's put a string. String is equal to G's. If is palindrome string, print yes, or else print no. Okay. So let's run it. You got the answers. Yes, because G's, the reverse of G's is also G's. So you got a answer yes. Okay, cool. Now let's move to the next slide. What's another approach? Now what you're going to do is we are going to check the ith and n minus ith index are equal or not. If they are not equal, you have to return false, and if they're equal, then you have to continue with the recursion calls. That's what you're gonna do here. Don't worry, when we'll write the code, you will get to know. So the time complexity is big of n, and auxiliary space here also is big of n because we're using recursion, simple recursion call stack. So now let's move to the coding section, and now let's see the optimized version of the code that we wrote in the previous one. So let's write a function that is def is palindrome. Let's put our parameters, the starting index and the ending index. If I is greater than length of string integer divided by 2, then we are going to return just like it's like a thing like we're going to check if a particular string is palindrome or not. That means if you are writing, I've already explained it in the previous code also. Suppose the text is B, A, B. Its reverse is also B, A, B. Hence, if the original text and the reverse are same, so you can say that the string is palindrome. The base condition. Now let's go to the return. That's not satisfied. You're going to return this. Let me write it first, then I'll explain it to you. Of n minus I minus 1 let root. So what are you going to do here? Here first we are, see, in the is palindrome s comma I plus 1, here we are incrementing the character, like we're moving the character 1 bit by 1 bit to the right, and that is palindrome s comma I plus 1 with the length of s, and we are decrementing it. We are decrementing the characters from the right and incrementing the characters from the left, and then comparing it. So that logical comparison is checked with the current index value or the current character in the string. That's what we are doing. Now let's put the string str is equal to, I have given it g's. If is palindrome str comma 0, you have to print yes or else print skip. Now let's run it. So bingo, this is the output you got. So I hope it was understandable. For more interesting project ideas, you can always stay tuned to us. And for now, let's wrap up this session and let's talk about another interesting chapters, another interesting concepts in the upcoming video lectures.